We live in a world obsessed with searching for the next strategy, the next breakthrough, the next mentor, the next book, the next sign from the universe that confirms we're on the right path. People scroll endlessly looking for something, anything, not even sure what they're looking for, that will finally make everything just click. I get it. I've done it too, because it's easier to believe that the answers are somewhere out there than to accept that maybe, just maybe, the answers, we already know it. They have been within us the entire time. Think about how often we tell ourselves, once I figure this out or figure that out, then I will begin. Once I find clarity or feel good, then I will move. Once I get the right information, then I'll act. But clarity doesn't come from waiting. Confidence doesn't come from hoping. Answers don't come from searching the horizon, looking for the next answer. They come from stepping forward with what you already have at the moment. I spent years studying human behavior. I'm actually in the field. I work with people day in and day out. And here's what I've learned. Most people aren't struggling because they're incapable or uninformed. They're struggling because they don't trust themselves. They don't believe that the insight, the wisdom, the experience that they have, the direction they need is already there. Quiet but present, waiting to be acknowledged. We think answers live in books. Books help. They expand our mind. We think answers live in other people. People help. They mentor and they give us a different perspective. We think answers live in some future version of ourselves. But the truth is answers live in our instincts, in our intuition, in our experiences, in the inner voice we've been trained to ignore. Mindset is the lens that determines where we search. When your mindset is afraid, you look outward. When your mindset is empowered, you look inward. And when the moment you tune inward, really look, you already know what needs to happen. We all do. We all know. You already know the dream you're meant to pursue. You already know the habit you need to break. You know it. You already know the path that feels aligned, even if it scares you. The answer isn't far away. It's very close. So close, within arm's reach. And more importantly, it's within you.
The truth shows up everywhere, even in the stories of history's greatest overcomers. One of the most powerful examples is Helen Keller. Born deaf and blind, she entered life in complete silence. She had no language, no communication, no roadmap. If anyone had excuses to believe the answers were somewhere out there, it was her. Society told her she couldn't learn, she couldn't achieve, couldn't thrive. But she believed something different. She believed that potential wasn't something given, it was something revealed. And that revelation had to come from within. When her teacher, Anne Sullivan, placed Helen's hand under the running water and spelled W-A-T-E-R in her palm, something awakened. Not because Anne inserted brilliance into her, but because Helen unlocked the brilliance she already carried. From that moment forward, Helen Keller would go on to graduate college, write books, travel the world, and reshape disability awareness. She once said, "What I am looking for isn't out there, it's in me." And that wasn't poetry, that was truth. A truth she lived every day. Her story teaches us something profound. We don't grow by acquiring something external. We grow by activating something internal. When people struggle, it's rarely because the world withheld something from them. It's because they understood the magnitude of what they already possess. They underestimate their resilience, their intuition, their adaptability, their creativity. Humans are wired for growth. It's built into us. But growth only activates when we stop waiting for the external permission and start trusting the guidance that already lives inside. The Stoics knew this. Spiritual leaders knew this. Innovators knew this. And every person who has ever changed their life learning this at some point. Life doesn't begin when you find the answers. Life begins when you realize that the answers were never missing.
Wow, exactly. And the crazy part? Most people aren't stuck because they don't know what to do. We all know what to do. We just don't like sometimes what's in front of us. They're stuck because they know what to do, but they're afraid to trust that knowing. Think about it. How many times have you said, I just don't know what choice to make? When deep down, your gut had already made the choice. You just may not like it. It may be scary. Maybe uncertainty. How many times have you waited for clarity? When clarity was nudging you, whispering to you, pushing you forward the entire time. We keep thinking we need more information, more validation, more certainty, safety, but most of the time we just need courage. Whew. Courage to trust our own voice. Courage to step into the unknown. Courage to stop searching and start becoming. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good." He wasn't writing philosophy for scholars. He was reminding himself in private that everything he needed, strength, wisdom, clarity, already lived inside him. A mindset of self-trust transforms your life. It shifts you from waiting to acting, from doubting to deciding, from searching to creating, to stop saying, I hope I figure this out, and start saying, I can figure this out, and the answer is here, and I'm willing to follow it. When you accept that the answers aren't out there, but within you, you free yourself. You stop chasing. You stop comparing. You stop delaying, and you begin. Because beginning is what brings clarity. Action is what unlocks wisdom. Movement is what reveals direction.
And that's the heart of mindset work. Realizing you're not empty. Realizing you are not lost. Realizing you're not waiting for someone to hand you your purpose. You are the source. You are the well. You are the starting point. Everything you admire in others, discipline, adaptability, courage, creativity, it exists within you. It may be quiet. It may be buried down in there. It may be waiting for permission to rise, but it exists, all of it. And the moment you believe that even a little, your life begins to change. You take a step you've been afraid to take. You speak a truth you've been holding back. You start a project that you've been postponing. You confront a habit that has been holding you down. Not because the answer suddenly appears, but because you finally trust the answers that you've already had, that you've always had. Maybe the clarity that you're chasing isn't something you need to discover. Maybe it's something that you need to remember. Maybe the strength you admire in others is something you need to awaken in yourself. Maybe the future you want isn't waiting in the distance. It's waiting on the other side of self-belief. The answers aren't out there. They're here. They're within arm's reach, within your grasp, within you. Keep the faith and keep building your no surrender mindset, because giving up is never the answer.
And if this message resonated with you, then don't let this be another moment that just slips by. Take a step, any step, that reinforces the truth we talked about today. Everything you need to start is already within you. And if you want to go deeper, then I invite you to join our community. I want you to go to anosurrendermindset.com. Again, that is anosurrendermindset.com, and sign up for the free weekly mindset message. Every week, we send out powerful reflections, tools, and actionable steps to help you trust yourself, build your resilience, and embrace the mindset that says, I don't quit. It gets you moving. I don't back down. I don't wait for permission. Everything I need is already within me. So join us, grow with us, and let's continue this journey of discovering the strength, clarity, answers, and action already inside you. Visit anosurrendermindset.com and get on the list today. Your breakthrough begins the moment you decide to believe in the power within you. So till next time.